but all of them share certain good aspects, which is about working with the customers, lightweight processes, at the same time making sure there is a discipline environment. Next, go into the workflow. Very complicated diagram, but again, this diagram is not my creation, so I will not take the blame of it. This diagram has been copied from one of the slides, and I have duly acknowledged that thing. Essentially, what I mean to say is that any agile project management essentially works on few key features and useful features from the customers. So customers, while you discuss with them, and it's not a one-time discussion, you engage and draw a list of useful features. These features you call as project DNA. Again, term is immaterial, what you call them. You call them user story, you call them project DNA, whatever it is. But customer understands that very well, you understand that very well. It is not about creating a terabyte RDBMS with integration such that memory leakage is not there. This is not what customer wants. What customer wants, you clearly mention it to them, right? They agree with it. The diagram as we move across is understanding about the context of use, not what is only useful to the customers. Then specify the user's requirement, strategic requirement and functional requirement. Whatever the customer wants, if they want a login on the web page, it's a requirement for you. If you are just knowing that it's a login in a web page, you should know why that login is required, who will be using that thing, and all these things in detail. That is, you are putting yourself in the customer's shoe. Then you should produce design solutions and validate with the customer. That okay, this login button I will be putting in the rightmost corner of the web page. This is the picture. As simple. Don't draw the detailed feature specification, exact snippet, everything. This is what broadly required. Now what I do is I quickly implement that. Without getting into the details about what is the length, what is the width, I'll quickly implement that thing and show it to the customer. Once customer sees that thing, a lot of things can come up. He can readily agree with that thing, with some modification, no modification, or he will say disastrous. Initially I thought about giving you the login in here, doesn't make sense now, my mind has changed. You say, okay, I'll do it. Where can we put it? We'll figure out other things. So essentially, any useful story that you get from customer is a feature or a set of features. You try to quickly implement that thing and show it to customer. Okay. Don't go all step ahead and all the features jot down the requirements, because features has a monolithic image by itself, but when they work with together, the image is something which is more than the sum total of the individuals. What I mean to say is that if you have a simple web page, you put the login button up there, you put the news out here, you put the general message out there. Individually they might make sense if you develop it, but together when you put, it might give a very ugly image of the web page. You know what I mean? So initially just focus on making the features successful, and then when you integrate that thing, expect changes and cater to that. Don't expect everything I will draw down and it will satisfy you. Next one, and we are quickly running into, as you can see, is we talked about Agile PM, we talked about the basic principles behind that, but how exactly I do that? How exactly I implement Agile PM? Well, first of all, you have to ask yourself, why do you need Agile PM? If you are happily doing your project management, do it. Do not unnecessarily wash your hands in the wrong kind of water. Then you need to ask yourselves whether it will have a supportive organization and management. Goes back to our checklist point. If you do not have an organization or management which is supportive enough, and I will measure exactly what are the criteria for being that level of supportive, don't even think about doing something experimental. Experiment is only to be done at a place where the experimentation has a value, and wherever you are conducting, they can support you for the experimentation. The organization which does not support for experimentation actually penalizes you for risk. That's a very common story. blame game, right? Blacklisting. Okay? So make sure that you have that. And let's end with another nutty project manager's boss. Again, comes back. This is not a prepared or orchestrated thing. This goes back to your point, sir. Said that if I don't have enough time to do things right, should I just do nothing? This comes to the boss. Okay, you don't get the right time. What do you do? Said, or do you prefer that I miss deadlines, or I do shoddy work, or pray for divine intervention that something will happen? So boss just says, I want everything fast and perfect. I don't care. I don't care about time. I don't care about this. This is what I want. He says, can I buy a prayer rug? He will, Allah se dua mangenge. Sab kuch ho jaye, right? So don't treat any project management, for that matter, agile PM in that mode that anything will happen miraculously. Everything is a matter of planning, your own initiative, how you involve the people, how you influence the people. Right? At the end, that's what matters. And after that, if something does not happen, blame it on yourself, blame it on luck, but it has happened. Right? Don't lament on it. Move on. Thanks for your time and sorry for taking